Hello everybody, welcome back to Lions Family Farms. So to start off the day here, planting is done, everything's done, late beans are done. I'm gonna hook the planter up and take it up here and wash it, pull it down to the shop and oil the chains and grease it and do all that stuff. So I don't know, yeah, we're gonna get started on that, and then while I have the pressure washer out, I might wash the skid later because it's pretty dirty. Okay, I think that's good enough. I got all the nitrogen off when I washed it the last time, but I just wanted to get all the dirt and stuff off this time. So since I'm in wash mode, I'm gonna pull this over here and let it dry. I'm gonna wash the skid later. What I'm talking about. That's the best she's gonna get, because some of that's for scratches and some of that just doesn't come off. I'm gonna come here to the office and get a drink. Woo! Gotta carry one of these with me all day. All right, I did grease this up there at the barn when I was up there quick. But now I'm gonna work on, I gotta take all the seed plates out of the brush meters. I have to oil all these chains so they don't rust. And what else was I gonna do? Oh yeah, this thing fell out. Oh. So it's a pretty relatively simple process. We'll disengage the clutch, pop the box up here. Undo the things, if you can see from there, kind of far away. Don't fall. This is another one of the brand new GoPros that was broken. I got a new one and I dropped it on the ground and cracked the back screen a little bit. Not good. Take out the seat plate. Ooh. Now take the seed plate, store it in there over winter. Now we just got 5 more to do. Since it's like 101 degrees outside this afternoon, I'm not gonna be out there. I'm gonna be in here where it's 65. But I'm working on some herd management here. I'm doing the herd checklist for next week, which is what I got going here. This is our master list that I made. I take that from the breeding chart, and then I take off the master sheet and put it on each individual herd check. We do a herd check every 3 weeks. What a herd check is we check all the cows 28 days after they're bred. Well, yeah, not all of it. We check the cows 28 days after they're bred to see if they're pregnant. If they're not pregnant, we'll start them again on an off sync. If they are pregnant, then we mark them as pregnant and let them go. And we check fresh cows 28 days after they're fresh just to make sure everything's okay. And then keep checking them fresh cows up until we can breed them, which is roughly 70 days after, 70 to 90. But if she's a high milker, you can run her up on days a little more to get more milk out of her and make her more profitable for that lactation. You don't want to take a 120 pound cow and breed her at 70 or not. You don't want to take that 120 pound cow and breed her at 90 days. You can maybe push her up to 120 days or something like that, just to make her a little more profitable on that lactation. This side of work I don't show as often as, you know, in the fields and in the shop and all that kind of work, but this is something that I take very seriously and spend decent amount of time working on, just to make sure I get everything right, because there's a lot of things to do, and you get one little thing wrong, you could miss a cow, and you could mess that cow up, and she could run up too high in days, or you miss a cow that's not pregnant. And yeah, so you got to really be paying attention. I always make this list and go over it a few times before the actual check to make sure I didn't miss any cows, because it's not a hard thing to do. So I take it very seriously. So it is the next day. It rained 3/4 of an inch last night, which is awesome. That's really awesome. I'm so glad that happened, or we would have been in serious trouble with pretty much all the crops. But this is a boost. We'll keep on rolling now with the crops. And right now it's about 70 degrees. There's really not much humidity out here. We got a pretty strong breeze. I'm down in the hole with the shop here. You don't really feel it. But if I were up on that hill, you'd feel it. So we are knocking down third crop alfalfa today to bale. We'll bale it on Saturday. Today's Thursday. A lot of it isn't really worth anything, but it has flowers. It needs mowed, because once some flowers come, it's done growing. You got to get it cut so the regrowth can start. So that's what Dave's doing right now. He's mowing right now. I'm gonna do what I normally do: hook some equipment up, service some equipment, go over some stuff, just to make sure everything's good, because normally my rule of thumb is I grease everything every 100 acres. So it's time to grease the tedder, because it went over 100. But I got to find a place for it in the shed, since I bought that corn planter there last fall, and me and Dave have been storing our materials for the shop in here. We don't really have much space, but we get everything in, but it's always a jigsaw puzzle. I think we're gonna jump on the 4-wheeler and go see how the hay mowing's going. I got something coming up here, a little farm tour situation going on, so I don't want to unhook this yet, which I need to do that. So let's go do this for a little bit. Actually changed my plans up a little bit. I'm gonna move some cattle out here, but if you've seen the last video, you see me building this road that I'm standing on right now for this. And I built this drain. I was a little skeptical, but with that rain last night, they put that drain to use, and the road is still like nothing ever hit it. So I'm happy to see that. It shows me that it's gonna work out. So now that rain pushed the factor down in a little more. I packed this for like a half an hour. But I'm pleased with what I'm seeing. This is something that I needed to do, but now since it rained, it's all loose. So out here at the heifer barn, we had that talk together yesterday about herd management, and I was more talking about the breeding side of things. Now today, out here doing, I guess it's still in the reproductive realm, but switching cattle over to the calving side versus, because we don't not want them to have calves over there. We want them to have calves on this side, where we can contain them. So I need to catch 409, 464. So it's pretty relatively calm on how you do this. I'll show you how I do it. You just stay calm with the cows, they will stay calm with you. That cow right there I want to catch. So I'll just walk down. We divide it with this gate. That cow. It's pretty simple. Now I want to catch 464, which is that white cow right there. So how I like to catch them in here is I get all the other ones up, look guys, and I run the ones I don't need outside, which is out here. You can't even see me. See, now they don't want to get up. They're chilling in the straw. She's up now. Come on, girl. Come on, girl. Look at that, she's not about me making her get up today. And if I run this into a circle, the one I want, just gotta push these 2 cows out, and then I will keep her in. Simple as that. So now she's still on this side. So what I'll do, or do this one-handed, I'll pull this gate. Come over here. Open this gate. There's a pivot point on a cow. It's about right there. You get in front of that, she'll turn. You get behind it, she'll go forward. Once you learn where it is, moving cattle becomes necessarily easy to you. And then now, simple as that, I've caught those 2 cows, and no one was even really bothered except for that one white one that didn't want to get up. Look at her. There's 426. You ready to come back in? She's like, yes, I am ready to come back in. I hate the outside. She didn't like it out there. She likes to chill in here and eat. All right, girl. You're free to come back in. Okay, I need to do a job I've been neglecting because it's not even that bad of a job, really. Really not that bad. But I've been putting it off. Not anymore. All I gotta do is just scrape this hard stuff off. So, like I said, also time to grease the tedder. Got her pulled into shop. There's not too many grease zerks on the tedder, so it's a relatively simple machine to grease. The PTO is the most pain, which is always the most pain. We'll ride out here and see if this hay changed at all. Cloudy, but windy. For drought corn, I'm liking that. We got 2 ears. It is only about probably 6.5 foot tall. But heck, it's gonna be what it's gonna be this year. We'll see. This afternoon, I'm gonna go do some tedding on 2 strips that we mowed. It's kind of worthless some of the field, so we're not gonna ted all of it. We have 2 loads of hay going out today, so we're down here loading up for the first guy coming here, I don't know, in a couple hours. Pull up before Mr. Rammy gets upset. Okay, we got her back here. Now we'll just let it sit there until he shows up. Okay, I'll go over the gist of what I'm doing right now. So yesterday the air conditioner quit working in this tractor when Dave was mowing hay. So I figured I'll just blow the radiator out and we'll try that first before I go mess with anything else. But under further investigation, this is what I found. Yeah, these are belt chunks. So the serpentine belt here, that last rib ripped out and then knocked this belt off, which is the air conditioner belt. So that's why Dave had AC and then all of a sudden he didn't, which is what's confusing to me at first until we figured this out. So I called and I ordered a new serpentine belt. I'm gonna pick it up tomorrow. But for today, I'm gonna put the fan or the AC belt back on just so we got air, and we're just gonna run that belt because it'll be all right, probably. We'll find out, I guess. Okay, the AC belt's back on, so we'll at least have AC. But while I'm at it, I am gonna continue to blow out this radiator because she's dirty. Time to blow this off as well. We need to grease and oil it today too before we start.
There he is. Adam, what are you doing?
Huh?
What are you doing?
Checking hay.
Here we
I think
are.
she's a little tough. Alfalfa. But I think we're gonna do her. Because it's Saturday. And we're not gonna do it on Sunday. We could.
You're leaving me tomorrow.
Yeah. That sounds horrible. Going on vacation. I'm not leaving her.
Yeah, I can't go on vacation this year because I gotta go to school.
Next year we can go.
Yep.
Let's go check another field. See what it looks like. This is kind of a pitiful crop, as you've seen in the last video. Look at our corn. Show them. I don't even want to show them, but let's show them. Look at the tassel.
Grapes.
It's like 5 foot tall. This field's also kind of rough. We have some spots where it's pushing 7. So let's feel the hay. On to the next field here. This is what we did all morning. We picked up this belt for Dave's tractor. If you've seen the previous video, you've seen the serpentine belt is about junk. So we went and got a new one. I'm gonna put that on later in the week. We're just gonna bail with it now. There's 3/4 of the belt there. I don't know if that's a good or bad idea, but I'm not switching it today. It's too hot out for that nonsense. See, we got the air conditioner rolling, windows up in the truck. Let's see what we got going on here. It's such a sad crop that even if it's a little tough, I'm not really worried about it because we're just gonna probably feed it right away. I mean, here, let me see this. I don't know if you see the rows? This isn't tedded. This is just the mowed field. And it's a sad crop. Well, I'm gonna go and rake this hay. We'll see what we can get out of it here. Here's the situation. We got this whole field rolling into one row. Gotta do what you gotta do. The baler would beat it up too much. If I just made a bunch of small rows, it would just keep rolling it and just turn it into chaff. I mean, me rolling it isn't the best for it either, but it's a little better than it being in the baler getting all beat up. And it's humid out, so the alfalfa's tough, so the leaves are staying on, so that's okay. So we're gonna get something out of this. I'm curious to see what we'll get. Well, one row, this whole field is what it is. We're gonna go rake. We got, what do we got? We got 11, 6, 4. We got 21 acres to go. I did about, what did I do? 15. So it's taking a little longer than I thought. Should have started a little sooner. Just from rolling the rows on each other, it just takes time. But it'll be all right. The boys and Dave will have everything ready to go at the barn. And then when I get back, I'll milk. And then Dave will jump in the baler and come and bale this. So it ain't gonna take them long at all. Especially with these. This field's got one row, the other field's got one row, and the other field's got 2. So he'll be able to bang through that quick. These other fields out here, they'll make a little bit, maybe 2 bales to the acre. Or no, 2 bales. No, 2 acres per 1 bale. Well, I couldn't get that figured out. done. Whew. Just was ramming fast so we could just knock these acres out. But it's all raked up now. Dave can go and bale it here. I'm gonna go milk. Okay, milking is completed. Dave's, I think he's about done baling. I'm gonna jump into 7130 and start bringing them in. There ain't gonna be many, but we're gonna get her done. Look at these guys coming. There's Lane with the load. And Donald with the load. I'm gonna jump in the skid loader now. We got them ones loaded out there. Now we're going down there to put them in Uncle Bob's barn. So I'm just gonna take the skid loader down.